My name is Sandeep Kumar Pandey. I am your science teacher. Today we will discuss the heading types of cells on the basis of nucleus. In previous classes we will discuss the shape and size of the cell. This is our first chapter, that is the fundamental unit of life. So students, we will start our topics. The types of cell on the basis of nucleus or nuclear membrane. The cell can be categorized in two types. जो सेल को हैं वो दो तरह के होते हैं, प्रोकैरियोटिक सेल्स एंड यूकैरियोटिक सेल्स जो होते हैं. एक क्या होता है, प्रोकैरियोटिक होता है, दूसरा क्या होता है, यूकैरियोटिक सेल्स होता है. Prokaryotic cells in some organism DNA and RNA, these are genetic substance, are bonded by a membrane. This is termed as true nucleus. Prokaryotic cells are cells in which true nucleus is absent. They are primitive and incomplete cells. Prokaryotes are always unicellular organisms. Bacteria, blue-green algae are the examples of prokaryotic. कुछ जंतु होते हैं जिसमें डीएनए और आरएनए मेम्ब्रेन बॉन्डेड होते हैं. इसको हम क्या कहते हैं, ट्रू न्यूक्लियस कहते हैं. द मेम्ब्रेन बॉन्डेड न्यूक्लियस इन सम ऑर्गेनिजम्स आर नोन एज ट्रू न्यूक्लियस. प्रोकैरियोटिक सेल्स, a cell with true nucleus is absent. The cell which having true nucleus in which membrane bonded nucleus is absent, then that cell is known as prokaryotic cell. They are primitive and incomplete. These cells are primitive and incomplete. Prokaryotes are always unicellular organism. The prokaryotic types of cells are always found in unicellular organism. For example, bacteria, blue-green algae are the examples of prokaryotes. Here I will provide the prokaryotic cells. So student, in some organisms like bacteria, the nuclear region of the cell is poorly defined because of the absence of nuclear membrane. कुछ ऑर्गेनिज्म होते हैं जैसा कि बैक्टीरिया जिसमें न्यूक्लियर रीजन पुअरली डिफाइंड होता है. क्योंकि इसमें न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन नहीं पाया जाता है. द न्यूक्लियर रीजन इन दीज ऑर्गेनिजम्स कंटेन ओनली न्यूक्लिक एसिड. इन ऑर्गेनिज्म में जो न्यूक्लियर रीजन होता है उसमें बस न्यूक्लिक एसिड होता है. Such an undefined nuclear region is called nucleoid. इस तरह के undefined nuclear region को ही हम क्या कहते हैं, न्यूक्लियोइड कहते हैं. क्या कहते हैं, न्यूक्लियोइड. न्यूक्लियोइड आर द undefined nuclear region. Organism whose cells lack a nuclear membrane are called prokaryotes. वह जंतु जिसमें न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन नहीं होता है उसको हम लोग क्या कहते हैं, प्रोकैरियोट. प्रो मीन्स प्रिमिटिव, कैरियोट्स मीन्स कैरियन. कैरियन मीन्स क्या होता है, न्यूक्लियस होता है. ओके स्टूडेंट, प्रोकैरियोट ऑल्सो लैक्स साइटोप्लाज्मिक ऑर्गेनेल्स. प्रोकैरियोट्स also lacks cytoplasmic organelles. Most functions are thus performed by poorly developed part of cytoplasm. ज़्यादातर इसके फंक्शन जो होते हैं वो poorly developed cytoplasm से ही होते हैं. For example, the chlorophyll in photosynthetic prokaryotic bacteria is associated with the membrane vesicles and not with the plastid as observed in photosynthetic eukaryote. The chlorophyll in photosynthetic prokaryotic bacteria is associated with the membrane vesicles. जो प्रोकैरियोटिक बैक्टीरिया होती हैं उसमें जो फोटोसिंथेटिक क्लोरोफिल पिगमेंट है जो एसोसिएट करता है मेम्ब्रेन वेसिकल्स के द्वारा. ये प्लास्टिड के साथ, जैसा कि इट इज़ नॉट एसोसिएटेड विद प्लास्टिड एज ऑब्जर्व्ड इन फोटोसिंथेटिक यूकैरियोट. जब हम फोटोसिंथेटिक यूकैरियोट में देखते हैं तो उसमें क्या होता है, ये जो फोटोसिंथेटिक क्लोरोफिल है वो प्लास्टिड के साथ एसोसिएट करता है. बट इन प्रोकैरियोट it associated with membrane vesicles. The organism with cells having well-defined nucleus enclosed in the nuclear membrane are eukaryotes. The organism which having well-defined nucleus enclosed in nuclear membrane are called eukaryotes. So we will start our next heading. Eukaryotic cell. In eukaryotic cells are cells in which true nucleus is present. The cells in which true nucleus is present is known as eukaryotic cell. They are advanced and complete. These cells are advanced, these cells are modified, and it is complete cell. Eukaryotes include all living organisms, both unicellular and multicellular organisms. In eukaryotes, both organisms are included, unicellular organism and multicellular organisms, except bacteria and blue-green algae. Except bacteria and blue-green algae. Eukaryotic cells are further categorized into plants and animals. These eukaryotic cells are further categorized into plants and animal cells. These are also different from each other in many ways. The plants and animal cells are different from each other in many ways. Here we will provide the eukaryotic cell, the figure of eukaryotic cell. So student, we will here differentiate between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell on the following features. First feature, size. On the size, prokaryotic cells generally small, 1 to 10 micrometer, but eukaryotic cells generally large, 5 to 100 micrometers. On the basis of nuclear region, prokaryotic cells are poorly developed, no nuclear membrane, and are called as nucleoid. But in eukaryotic cell, well defined, surrounded by nuclear membrane. The nuclear region is well defined and it is surrounded by nuclear membrane. In case of chromosomes, in prokaryotic cells, single chromosomes number is single, but in case of eukaryotic cell, chromosome number is more than one. Nucleus is absent in prokaryotic, but nucleolus is absent in prokaryotic cell, but in case of eukaryotic cell it is present. The nucleolus is present. Membrane bounded cell organelles in prokaryotic cell is absent, but in eukaryotic membrane bounded cell organelles are present. For example, mitochondria, plastid, endoplasmic reticulum, etc. Centrioles is absent in case of prokaryotic, but it is present in animal cell. Organisms found in bacteria, blue-green algae. Found in prokaryotic cells are found in bacteria, blue-green algae, etc. Eukaryotic cells are found in fungi, plants, and animals. Cell division takes place by binary fusion or budding in prokaryotic, but in eukaryotic, cell division takes place by mitotic or meiotic cell division. Okay student, thanks for watching my video. We will discuss in our next class, that is our heading is plasma membrane or cell membrane. Thank you.